Yo, so I just made it into Chicago. I landed in Chicago and then took an Uber to the hostel. I'm staying at the Selena hostel. And you know, it's cold here. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's some water sound that's coming from up here constantly. So today is March 15th, so today's a Tuesday. The reason why I wanted to film this right now is the last couple of days have been pretty long days. Like a lot of times people talk about being an entrepreneur, running their own company, and working like 12 or 16-hour days. Well, I don't want to romanticize that. Like working those long of days it's not my goal to work 12 or 16-hour days, definitely not. Though I do find myself doing days like that occasionally. So yesterday and today were some of those days. I woke up at 7, and as soon as I got up, I drank an energy drink, just a Red Bull, and then muscle milk for breakfast. So at 7:30, I was awake enough and I started working. Right now it is 7:30 p.m. so that is a 12-hour day. I stayed inside this hotel room the entire day. I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining or anything. I'm just like trying to relate exactly how today was. For food, I ate like the rest of these crackers. I had the rest of these little cookies. They were keto cookies. They're not really low calorie, but I don't know, just to have some sweets here. And then I had a ramen and one of these fruit cups. So I'm trying to eat like, you know, a decent amount of stuff while I'm just like locked in the room the whole day. Oh, also there's a Starbucks directly across the street. I mean, like I walk out the door, walked over to Starbucks, and I got a coffee and a sandwich at one point, very small, like tomato and mozzarella sandwich. And that was only about $11 for the sandwich and the coffee, which is like one of the cheaper things here in Chicago. Oh yeah, I also had a 5-hour energy shot. So yeah, I think I went outside just for that walk to the Starbucks right across the street, and then came back in here to make sure I kept working. There really wasn't much downtime. I was just working nonstop all day, which means no lunch break to just work through it. Oh, and I'm drinking another muscle milk right now. Today was full of meetings, sales calls, hiring interviews. Yeah, today was full of meetings, sales calls, and hiring interviews, as well as some physical work as well that needed to go into it. Yeah, a pretty long day. I'm looking at tomorrow's schedule. Looks like my day starts at 7:45 a.m. and ends at 7:30, though that last meeting can run a little bit longer. So another 12-hour day next week or tomorrow. I guess it's fine. Like, I think you have to have days like that occasionally. I'm also gonna be taking this weekend off for my birthday. I'm turning 31, and I wanted to be in Chicago for that.
My God, why? We had a deal. Let the others grow old, not me.
Yeah, so I just have more to cram into the beginning of the week. So it's not like I'm working a week of extraordinarily long hours. I'm just cramming a ton into the beginning of the week, since I'm gonna take that Friday of this week off so I can do work. I don't know how typical this is gonna be of like every single week moving forward, but I don't really feel bad about it. It's not like I'm doing this work and feel like awful inside or anything. I feel productive. I feel like the company is growing. We're bringing on good members onto the team. We're bringing on good clients that we can perform for and we feel good about. So as long as those pieces keep coming into play, the company will grow and everyone should be happy. I mean, I'm happy when that's working and everyone's happy. So anyway, just wanted to pop this camera out for a second and yeah, just relay that, because some days I don't have time to pull this camera out at all. I like filming, I like recording, I like going around and filming things or speaking to the camera, but I think my first priority is working on the business. So as long as that gets done, I can pull out the camera and talk for a little bit. It seems like I finished my work for today, so I figured I could pull it out and talk for a second. But yeah, there might be a decent amount of time in between recording if I really get into the work and don't have spare time, or I guess don't even think about pulling out the camera for a little bit while I'm focusing on the business. You know, some people probably do this, like pull out their camera and talk in, I don't know, maybe as a side hustle sense, or they're trying to build something. To me, this is just a hobby. Like, this is really fun. Like I enjoy this. If there's like a highlight of my day, it's like pulling up the camera, chatting with you, or going film something. I think that's a lot of fun. I'm very new to it, and I don't know, I love it. It's just like my creative outlet. I'd say also my creative outlet is being the best leader I can be, running a team effectively, and growing the company. Growing my company is so much fun. Like, it's like a puzzle, and you're just constantly working and growing on that puzzle. So after 12 hours of work today, what do I feel like doing to disconnect before I go to sleep and then wake up and then do another day like this? Actually, I like video games a lot, and I don't really play them that much because, you know, I could spend time doing other things to grow my brain. But during these really excessive like work days, I feel like your brain needs some kind of recovery rather than just like staying and working all night and then going to bed and working all day the next day. I feel like there needs to be some break. And for me, that's video games. And I just saw that they remastered the game Crisis, which I really liked a long time ago. So I downloaded that last night, and I'm gonna play that right now. So I'm gonna play a little bit of that game Crisis. Good chatting with you for a second, and I'll see you later. Also, I feel like this is kind of like a video journal because I'm going to talk about my mindset a little bit here. Yesterday, for example, I had a very long work day, meaning 12 hours a day. Okay, maybe to some of you, that's like a normal work day, but that's crazy if you're doing that all the time. And maybe to some of you, it's like, wow, that's a really long work day. Anyway, so I didn't get a workout. I didn't take any lunches or anything. I just like sat at my desk and drank like protein shakes and caffeine to make sure that I got through the day. So I didn't have time to exercise. There was one point in the day where I walked outside briefly to go get Starbucks, and then I walked back over here, and I don't really feel like my mind was in a very good headspace. It just felt like I was putting out fires and trying to accomplish all the things that were moving around in the office, which, you know, at home office, so at work. And then this morning, for example, I decided that I was gonna take extra time just for myself, and I was gonna wake up earlier, go to the gym this morning, and then I was gonna walk over to Starbucks before I even had my first meeting, before I prepped for my first meeting. So right now, my first meeting's coming up in about 8 minutes. For Central Time, that first meeting is at 9 a.m. When I was on the Pacific Coast, that was 7 a.m. So my time frames do change, which also makes it a bit more difficult to keep some kind of consistency. When I went from San Francisco to Chicago, not only did the 2-hour time change happen from time zones, but also it was daylight savings time. So it was really 3 hours difference that I changed. So, you know, when I was getting up at 7 over there, now to get up 7 over here, it's like 4 a.m. over here, essentially, or at least the jet lag. So anyway, still get used to that. I think I am now. It took me a couple days. But getting up this morning and going to the gym that's inside this building was, I'd say, like, mentally, I was like really groggy, not really awake. That's what I remember when I did morning workouts. I woke up, drank a 5-hour energy shot, and then went to the gym. Got through that workout and decided I was gonna go walk over to Starbucks. After getting the Starbucks and that first step outside, my eyes could see more, like everything was just a lot more clear mentally, like all the mental fog was gone, and I just felt really at ease. So I decided to go for a walk, and then I sat down, ate some of the breakfast in the middle of the city, and then stared at this church with vines all over it while eating the rest of my breakfast sandwich, and then walked back. So just by getting that workout in and actually getting outside for a second early in the morning really cleared up my mental space. And I have another scheduled 12-hour day today, but I feel really good going into it, which means my meetings will probably go better and I'll probably be more present and aware in those meetings. Anyway, I am going to prep for that first meeting and then have that. So have a good day. See you.